back to the Curly Curry Corner. It's me, Aisha, and I know you can probably tell by the thumbnail what is going on, and we are moving. So my husband graduates. Let's not call him husband. Let's just call him by his name because you guys already know who he is or can assume who he is. So Daniel is graduating in May. Yes! And after he graduates, he wants to move to a different area so that he can actually use his skills that he has learned for the past couple of years studying in school. So in order for him to do that, we have to move to a major metropolitan area. And there are several different locations that you can think of that would probably work into that. New York, Los Angeles, let's say Denver, Chicago, Charlotte. But these are places, Seattle? That's pretty major, right? Geography may not be my specialty. Well, it's not because I teach science. But anyway, we needed to move to a major metropolitan area, and we were thinking, where can we go that is going to be pretty much a smoother transition, because it is a transition period, but just a smoother one and keep us a little bit closer. And so we are currently moving to the big city in Georgia, Atlanta. So we are going to be moving there and getting settled and transitioning and all that. So right now it's been pretty cool. Things have been working out very well, and I am excited. It's also very bittersweet because I really do like the school that I am currently at. I love it. I love the people. I love the kids, and I wish I could just pick them all up and take them with me. But I have learned so much from them and everybody there, so I will miss them greatly. But it is definitely a growing, and it is an experience, and I am excited to say that we're going to be, relocating. So with that all being said, I wanted to talk about a new kind of thing that I'm doing on my channel, I guess we could say. I really want to document this major transition because we have not lived anywhere else differently from our family ever. So we've been within, like, right there where you can get to anybody, a closeness, like whatever we need is right there with our family. So this is really, really big for us. We are literally like going away, and so I want to document that and also kind of share with you, like, you guys, like how that works and how that's going, and like my family and friends can see it, and even my my school kids, my kids at school, and the people I work with can see it. And so I wanted to document it and actually like do it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of starting the Curry Corner Big Move. So that's pretty much, or Curly Curry's Big Move. So when you see those videos, and I'll pretty much tag them with that, that's really us documenting us moving. Not just moving with the house, but also moving my classroom. Because as a teacher, I don't know if you guys understand that we like to keep everything. So if you're not a teacher and you're watching, like, I'm probably a teacher, like I don't know, an education hoarder. I want to keep everything because in my mind I'm thinking I'm going to use that again one day, even when sometimes I don't use it until the next 3 or 4 years later down the line. And now I can pretty much digitize it where it can be a digital format. So really I'm trying to streamline and cut down on a lot of things, really make sure that what I am doing is meaningful, or what I'm keeping is meaningful, and giving away things to other teachers or new teachers that they may be able to use it within the near future. So definitely want to kind of showcase that as well, and I will put that in and tag it so that you can see it. So it'll probably just have a tag with it, or it'll be somewhere in the name. So and then also I think I'm just going to make a playlist as well. So on to the next part. So if you've made it this far, then you caught the update, and that is great. And so if you would like to stay tuned to hear about how to pretty much change up, and I want to, can I use modernize? Or make it fresh, clean, and new, your resume, portfolio, or anything like that. And this is for anybody, teacher, non-teacher, student. If you're looking for a job, anything like that, stay tuned. I'm going to show you how I freshened up my resume, my teaching portfolio, and all that. So Okay, so you're back, or you stayed. So hey, so anyway, so basically I've already gotten another job. Yay! So I'm excited about that because I did not want to spend all my summer or all of right before trying to find a position. And what I did first is I really streamlined because Atlanta is huge and the surrounding areas are even bigger, and there's a whole bunch of districts, there's a whole bunch of private schools, there's a whole bunch of charter schools. And so I really want to decide where I want to work and what is more like what's very similar to where I currently am now, and what field do I want, how do I want to take some of the things that I've learned and use them in a different location. So I really streamlined. I really went through and picked and studied and researched and taught the people about where I wanted to work. You also have to think about commute. So if you are moving, even if you're moving to a rural area or urban area, you want to think about where you kind of want to live and where you're going to want to commute and how long that is going to take. Because that was one of the biggest things when I was thinking about, okay, how's this going to work out? Because I need to be in a place where I want to work, in a place where I also want to live. Because right now, if you guys are familiar, you know that I'm driving about 45 minutes to an hour to work a day, give or take, depending on like how the day's going or how late I leave the house. And so I really don't want to do that anymore. That's not, I love my job and I love my school, so I would do that for them. But that's not something where if I'm going to move, like I'm choosing to do that again. So really want to make sure that you are like really pick a great place, area, or where the school's going to be. Freshened up my resume and cover letter and all that jazz and fun stuff. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to tell you about the two resources that I use in order to do that, and that is Canva. So it is just basically pretty much a warehouse of all these different types of templates where you can literally go in and pick the templates that you need to use for any type of source. So I love it. It has anything from just to edit your pictures or do kind of any type of any like a business cards or newsletters or infographics, resumes, etc. So it's just literally a smorgasbord of templates. The second resource that I used was Wix. So Wix allows you to make a free site, basic site, but it kind of guides you through. You can use all these different templates and colors, and it's just really fresh, clean, and crisp. So I really, really like that. So I could just easily input things that I needed, adjust it as such, and then it's just there to use and it's free. So those are two basically great services. And I guess you could also call them free with great premium features, because you can purchase the premium if you would like. I use the free versions, but the premiums do give you a little bit extra boost of things if you really, really want to use them. Okay, so the first thing that I did was I really wanted to kind of shorten my resume for if I go to any type of recruitment fairs. So this is not just for teachers, this is also for those of you, because I know I have some students that watch me. So hey students, so this is for you even if you are looking for a job, period, whether it be a teaching job, whether it be you want to work in fast food, whether it be you want to work at the mall, whether it be you want to work at any other store, retail, anything like that. You need to have a place where you can showcase information about you or showcase things that you have done. So first things first, recruitment fairs are really big when they bring in a whole bunch of businesses, and for teachers they bring in a whole bunch of schools so that you can quickly give out or quickly interview with different principals and give out your information. So what I did was I made what I call a short resume, or a quick look, snap. Okay, let me show you. A snap. So this is my snap. It's a snap of me trying to see if I can get it in there. Sorry, you guys, just looking at trying to make sure I got you in there. Okay, so it's a snap of me. So basically what I did is this is a 4.25 by 11 page. So it's basically just a regular standard sheet cut in half. And I picked an infographic template from Canva, and I was like, hey, I want to kind of adapt it and change it to fit my needs. So I left it kind of in the layout, but I changed the information. So at the top it has my name, and it has just a little blurb about me, and then it has my education. Then it has my teaching experience over here, and the education has like a little graduation hat on it. Teaching experience, it has a little apple beside it. Then certifications, because you want to let people know if you're teaching, you want to let people know what you're certified in, and what they are. And also, if you are like your work experience, you want to let people know what you're certified in. For example, if you have a certification in welding, or if you have a certification in information technology, or if you have a certification in C++, or anything like that, you want to let people know what your certifications are, so they know what you can do on the job. And then you can change teaching experience to just regular experience, because you want to let people know what you've done or where you've worked. Okay, so then right here, I have a little arrow and it points to here, and I just kind of covered it up a little bit. But right here is a QR code of my digital portfolio. So that digital portfolio takes them, when they scan it, it takes them to basically a website that I made with Wix that just pretty much just like previews everything about me. And I'll go into detail about the digital portfolio, because it's a little different than what you would make for a normal teacher portfolio, and just how you can showcase, even if you're not a teacher, showcase your work. The next one is professional references. It's a QR code that takes them to a Google document with all my professional references linked. And so I got a couple people, my principal, assistant principal, and my team lead and my science department lead, to write a reference for me, and then I linked it right there, put their contact information, and then I put that in a document with a link, so they can only get to the link if I give them the direct link or if they scan the QR code. So wanted them to have that there, because when you are giving things out, and also at the bottom is my contact information. So when you are giving things out in a quick format, when you're going to these locations, you want to make sure that they get the most information about you quickly, and so that they can reference it very, very quickly. And so this short resume, or snap, just pretty much just has a snapshot of everything about me really, really quick. And so they can see it without having to open up a big old binder, and they can look at it on their phone, tablet, anything like that, and it's right there. And they can also be able to reference back to it if they are in their office or in their setting or at their home. I also want to add a picture of myself, and this is one of my besties. She loves this photo, and I also love it too, because the photographer captured like the true essence of how I feel on a daily basis, sometimes like with my kids. And so I really wanted to showcase that. And also I like the colors. Like I just wanted you to know that it's a little bit of a stand out, and it really makes it see like, oh, okay, I want to pick that up, because it's not just a regular normal resume or resume paper. And I feel like now, in this day and age, you do not necessarily have to follow the same, like the same old thing in the traditional ways, especially when our jobs are not traditional. So I do not agree with you giving a plain resume to someone, because you're not going for a plain job anymore. You're not going for a traditional job. Now I don't have to teach kids vocabulary and them, recite these things back and regurgitate it back out to anyone. I am now having to facilitate their learning and thinking processes and reasoning skills, where kids are going out now and making apps or making and designing programs. Like, I feel like if you want me to teach your kids how to do that, or you want me to encourage them how to go out and shoot for their dreams, you really don't want me on a plain sheet of paper. Just saying. I just don't think that's what you want. So that's kind of what I wanted to do with this. So next, what I used Canva to go ahead and showcase my cover letter and resume. And so I used pretty much the same colors from here, from my short resume, from my snap resume. I used the same colors to pretty much adapt my cover letter and resume. So I also transferred over the same photo. I want them to see the same photo. That's me. So if you see my name is similar to anybody else's, or very similar, or anything like that, that's me. So update your cover letter, update your resume. Make sure you get all the information current. Make sure you get all the information fresh and new, and you know exactly the contact information, especially if you've been to several schools or if you've been to several jobs. You want to really streamline and make sure that your resume details that. On your resume, you also want to detail exactly what you did. If there's anything or that you've earned, anything you won, anything that you did, please make sure you put that on the resume. And I'm just going to kind of show you how I set that up and what the colors look like for my resume. Now, this is a template that I use straight from Canva. These templates are from Canva, and I just, use them to my liking and made my changes. And I downloaded them in PDF form so that I could send them out, because PDF is usually what I guess you can call it the universal format that pretty much any device can open. I really don't know any device that can't open PDF. Like, I don't know anything that can't open a PDF. So even if they use their phone, they can open your PDF and see a glimpse. So this is a great way if you need to send out this information to anybody by email or anything like that, and they are using a tablet or a phone or any other type of device or computer, they can still open your cover letter and your resume. Lastly and thirdly, what I did was I took all the information that I have gathered since I have been teaching for this current year. So I just wanted to use my current information because I knew that that was going to showcase the best of me. So I took all of the information from currently and I compiled it into a digital portfolio. So I'm going to kind of first show you guys how it is specific to teaching, and then show you how you can change it so it can be really specific to if you are looking for any type of job. So for my teaching, there are several different things that I did, and I'm just going to go through and show you on the website where everything is, and you can pick whatever template you want, but I'm just showing you mine. So if you notice, it is very bright, it's colorful, because I feel like that is me. And so I really made sure that I did that and showcased that in what I chose. I have my picture, I have just a small blurb about me and where I'm coming from and what my teaching is like, and why I enjoy teaching and why I chose to be a teacher, and just that. Then I also, if you come down, you see basically a short piece of my resume. And then you can continue down and you can see my certifications, and then you also actually get to click on a PDF version of my certification. So you actually get to click and see the actual certification. Then you continue down and you can see a glimpse inside of my classroom. So what I did was I just took clips of me in my classroom, me teaching my kids, me interacting with my kids doing different activities, and I literally gave you a video collage of my classroom. And I took, different versions. I also took pictures of what my classroom currently looks like right now, because I really wanted, whoever is looking at it to really truly see what is going on in my classroom. I also took work samples for my kids and linked it in there as well. Also too, if there's anyone that was really interested in me and wanted to interview or anything like that, I also created a place where they could go and see my professional references. But it is password protected, so that I just want to have my the link, because the link is, once you give the link out, it's just open, but I didn't want any of the information for my references to just be all out there. So I put a password protected, so if anybody got the website, then they can just go in and also contact other people for any reasons or whatever the case may be. And then I have my contact information down the bottom, and the website also allows them to contact you. So if they just happenstance upon your digital portfolio, at the bottom it has a little place where they could put their information and send it to you, so that you could contact them back and set up. So I really think it's really important also to, I also added in my teaching philosophy, because I feel like that's important. Now, back in the day, you used to have to make these really big binders. And in the really big binders, you used to have to put in, people would put in their transcripts, or they put in their classroom management, or they put in all this other extra stuff. I really streamlined that, because I feel like even if I give you a thing that says this is what I do for my classroom management, you really don't know that unless you come inside my room. I can put anything on paper and make it look wonderful, but you really don't know if that's really what's working for me or what's really going on and what's really truly happening in my classroom unless you actually take a look. So, and I know that, videos and things can be edited, but it's really, really a good way to say, okay, so my kids are willing to participate in being videoed, and so I must have some kind of management in order to video them and be able to showcase my classroom. So I feel like that's going to be a little bit more open to you about how I run my classroom. I also feel like the classroom management part could be a conversation at a later time, because also each school has different policies and procedures on how they want to address different behaviors. So it may, just because of what I do in my classroom, may not be something they agree with, and I may not be able to translate over to the school that I'm going to very well. Again, also too, you just want to make it easy for the person to get a good glimpse of you, because they are eventually going to interview you. So you really want to give them a really good understanding of who you are, and not just all this extra, what I guess I want to call it, like fluff, because you really want to just streamline it. So that's what I did. So now that's specific to teaching. So if you want to transfer your portfolio over to you just finding a job, I encourage you, whatever you are focusing, sorry, my dog. Whatever you are, Mugen, whatever you are focusing on, showcase that. For again, if you are interested in going into photography, you want to make sure that you have a place where you put all the pictures that you've taken, really good pictures that have been really great and edited, in order for you to showcase. You also want to put a resume. You want to put where you know, your background and where you've worked, any work experience, where you have, you know, any internships or anything like that. You want to also make sure you add a really good picture of yourself. And then you also want to make sure that you really like focus on what your goal is, what your passion is, so that they see that, so that they see that, because you really want to make sure that they see and feel who you are. So you want to have a place where you just kind of talk about what your goals are and where you're going with that. So if you have any questions, definitely comment, leave them down below. This is short and sweet. I just wanted to make sure that I kind of showed you guys kind of what I did, to kind of make it, and to kind of like streamline it, because you know, you guys, I don't want to give out like a whole bunch of paper. The only thing that I made, that I printed out that was paper, was my short, my snap resume, and that was pretty much it. And I actually got that printed out. I went to, was it Staples or Office Depot, one of those stores, and it just had them print that. I asked them, like, this is what I wanted to look like. They told me. They actually made two on a regular sheet of paper, and we cut it. So it ended up being like really great. And they gave me this high glossy premium like paper. And it really, you guys, I think it was like, so the dog interrupted me. But anyway, if you take it to Office Depot or Staples or any of those stores like that, I had them print it on regular sheet of paper, well, regular size, so the 850 by 11, and then when they printed it, we cut it in half. So I think they use like a premium high heavy, so it's not cardstock, because it has a gloss kind of on it. It looks almost like a picture, but not really, and that's because I have my picture on there. So it's really sturdy. It doesn't leave like fingerprints on it. So just ask them for the paper. I think it was like 30 to 50 cents per each print, and that's in color. So I didn't print a lot, because I didn't, and you can print as many as you want. I think I ended up spending, when I first got them, I got about 15, and it was maybe like $2 or $3. So, and I even sent it over to them and had them printed out. So definitely think about like how many places you're going to interview with, or different things like that, before you just send it out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was informative for you, and that you find something useful. Comment down below, ask me any questions, and I'll try to get back to you if you have any questions about what we are, like what's going on, different things like that, and how, like, if you have any questions about specifically what I did on Canva and Wix, just let me know. So stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you next week. Bye.